Hey y'all. Okay, so today we are going to talk about gnat infestation. It's that time of year. We're all buying new plants from various nurseries, big box stores, or whatever have you like that. And a lot of those plants that we buy have gnats in them when we buy them. We in turn bring them home and infect our whole collection if we are not careful. So, we're going to talk about ways to combat gnats and also some prophylactic measures to use to ensure that when we bring new plants home, we're not introducing an infestation to all of our plants that we have at home currently. So, just for a little story time here, about a couple years ago, I got some soil from my mother-in-law that she had left over from doing her plants. So I brought the soil home and I did about 3 plants in the house. Later that day, I noticed I had a couple gnats flying around the bedroom, but I didn't think a whole lot of it. It's summertime. As you open and close the doors, gnats get in, flies get in, even sometimes, a bee will get in. So I just kind of fanned them off and didn't think very much of it. So the next day, when I got home, I went in the kitchen and it's like, wait a minute, I got gnats all over. What is this? And then it occurred to me, oh boy, I wonder if they were in that soil. They had to have been in that soil because I haven't had any gnats in this house prior to. So I still had the bag. So I went and looked at the bag, and to my dismay, it was indoor-outdoor soil. I don't know if any of you have had the experience of dealing with that indoor-outdoor soil, but that soil has a lot of gnats in it. I think maybe that soil that they designed for indoor-outdoor use, maybe they don't treat it as much for gnats, because from what I understand, when they're getting the soil and everything ready to be packaged and sold in stores, they will treat it and put some amendments in the soil to deal with gnats. But I'm thinking maybe that indoor-outdoor soil, they don't, or should I say not as much, is because the soil is going to be outside possibly, which if it's going to be on the ground, it's going to be right there with all the other bugs. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to treat it. But in any event, so I went to Home Depot over in the insect section, and the first thing I found was this. This is Raid House and Garden. This is really good. It doesn't bother the plants, so when you have gnats or any type of flying insect that is buzzing around your house plants, you can spray this around the plants and it does not harm them. At the same time, I happened to look and I saw these mosquito bites. And what actually caught my eye was that when it said it controls fungus, gnats, and larvae in growing media and soil. I'm like, oh boy, that's me. That's what I need. So I'm the type of person, when I get something new, I read the directions, but I'm always going to kind of do it my way or put my own spin to it, if you will. So I brought these mosquito bites home. I got a gallon of water. I put it in a bucket, and I put 3 tablespoons of mosquito bites in. So pretty much 1 table of mosquito bites for every gallon of water. And I just let the bites sit there. I would go stir about every 10 minutes until the water began to get kind of murky, like a soup, for lack of a better term. The plants were sick. They need soup just like when we get sick. We have to use chicken noodle soup. So I made a soup out of this, and I poured it on all 3 plants that I had used that soil on. And then I thought to myself, you know what? I don't know if these gnats have had a chance to make it over to my other plants. So I just made up a batch of it for all the plants, and I treated all the plants with it. The 3 affected plants that I used the soil on, I watered those with a soup from these mosquito bites for about 3 weeks. And in the interim, I was spraying over nearby the plants with this Raid House and Garden. I didn't see any more gnats. After that, as a prophylactic measure, I began using these mosquito bites on any new plant I brought to the house or ordered and delivered to the house. What I do, I just take a tablespoon of the mosquito bites and I just sprinkle it on the topsoil of the new plant and I water it. That way, if there's any gnats or whatever in there, they will be dealt with immediately as soon as I bring the plant into the house. So before we get a chance to have bugs buzzing all over and infestation getting to the other plants, we're already dealing with the issue. So I hope that helps. Anybody that is dealing with the issue or might potentially come across the issue this summer, grab you some mosquito bites and a can of Raid House and Garden. Or even if you've never had the issue and you don't want the issue, as I know you don't, who wants bugs in their house? Nobody. As a prophylactic measure, buy you a bag of these. I think this bag was about 13, 14 bucks. Tablespoon just on the topsoil of the new plant. Water the plant. Any gnats that are there will be killed. Until next time, guys, keep on planting. Bye-bye.